Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here today. We got another great one here tonight between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Detroit Red Wings here on this fine Monday evening. How's everybody doing? I see Hugh's in the chat. What's up, Hugh? What's up, Rex? Finally early to one while you work. Well, that's great to hear. Welcome to the stream, brother. And now we get ready here for a week of 6 Watch with Nordic live commentaries. We'll be live on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, producing the maximum amount of commentaries possible here this week. It's going to be a fun freaking week filled with live commentary streams here for sure. But we get the first of 6 here today, starting off with the Hurricanes and the Red Wings here today in this first period. So the Hurricanes 28-14-3 with that record, and the Red Wings have a record of 27-15-4. And it is projected starting goaltenders here for tonight. You have Frederik Andersen in net for Carolina, and John Gibson in net for Detroit. As we get ready for the start of the opening period here in just a moment, it was Sergei Fedorov retirement night here at the LCA. They retired the great 91, one of the best players in Red Wings history. And we'll get ready now for the start of the first period here in just a moment. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I do want to extend thank you to everybody in here. We reached 2,200 subscribers last Thursday. So thank you all so much for that milestone that we reached. It's been a phenomenal year. We do have a milestone coming up here very soon. 1 million all-time views on the channel is coming up here very, very soon. 2 former Ducks. That's actually true. Ready for more hockey with Nordic? Hell yeah, brother. Maybe I can distract you from how your Ducks have been playing. Which I got to do the Ducks again soon. It's been a while. So that's what's going on here tonight. Plenty of other games in the NHL. We'll be live later tonight for a game that I'm really looking forward to. Later tonight, we are doing Avalanche and Maple Leafs. And that just sounds like already always a very entertaining game. So that will be what we're doing tomorrow here on the channel, or later today here on the channel. So stay tuned for that. We're just waiting here in commercial break for the start of the game. Hey! Rex with a $10 donation opened up a Roth IRA today since I'm officially an old man. So here's my investment towards more Nordic content. Thank you, Rex. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate all the donations you've been giving me the last couple weeks. It means a lot, man. Thank you. You make this a lot more worth it, honestly. I'm about to hit the payment minimum, which is $100. So you're definitely helping me get there. Thank you, Rex. I appreciate that, man. All right, so first period in just a little bit here. It might take a little bit longer because there's probably, they already did the retirement itself, but there's probably some more pre-game celebrations coming. And here on FanDuel Sports Network with the Red Wings. And it looks like we're still a little ways away from puck drop. And they just sent me back to another commercial break. Cool. So I guess we're still a little ways away from puck drop here. Again, there's a lot of like pregame ceremonies and stuff for Sergei Fedorov. So it may be a little bit here before we get started. Taking a look at these teams more in depth. Again, I already read off their records. looking at other stats here. Power play percentage. The Red Wings power play ranks higher than Carolina's. Detroit at a 24.7% power play, which is 5th. Carolina 18th with a 19.3% power play success rate. Penalty kill is around the same. Carolina's is 79.2. Detroit's is an 80.3. What's interesting about that, though, is that they're basically right up against each other in terms of those stats. And one of them's ranked 14th, the other's ranked 18th when they only have a percent difference. Kind of nuts. Goals for per game, Red Wings, Carolina averages more goals per game with a 3.36. Red Wings are right up there, though, with a 3.11 goals against average as well. Goals against per game, Carolina has the better number in that with a 2.96. And Detroit with a 3.04. In their last 10 games, Carolina 6-4 in their last 10. They're riding a 4-game winning streak here heading into this game. And Detroit riding a 3-game win streak here. They are 7-2-1 in their last 10. Help me stay on top of hockey while I get busy at work. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's been a grind, but, you absolutely love it. And I enjoy doing what I do, so thank you all so much for supporting me. I really can't do what I do without you guys. So, yeah, again, starting goaltenders here tonight for both sides. You have Frederik Andersen in net for Carolina. At least that's what was projected here tonight. And then in net for Detroit, John Gibson, 902 save percentage. Andersen at 866. Again, he's a little bit older, hasn't played as good this season. Brandon Bussy's obviously been far better. But it's a matchup between the two top teams here in the Eastern Conference. As Carolina leads the East with 59 points, Detroit's right in there with them with 58 points. So it's definitely not that big of a difference between these two teams in terms of the standings. It's just a matter of we'll see how things connect themselves here and how they'll face off. So again, Gibson starting in net tonight. Last 5 starts, 4-1, 950 save percentage. He's been the answer here for Detroit this season. Has been a massive factor in why the Red Wings have been able to get wins here and find themselves first in the division. And that win against and his last win was a shutout against Montreal. So he is riding a shutout streak here into this game. And then again, Frederik Andersen is on the other side here in terms of the starting goaltenders for tonight. So still a lot of pregame ceremonies going on here. So it's going to be a little bit still before we get started. So I apologize. I kind of started a little bit too early. But how's everybody doing? Hope you guys are having a great week so far. I know it's Monday, so obviously the week has just started out, but hopefully you guys are doing well. So I guess Fedorov will also probably be doing the ceremonial puck drop tonight as well, as I drop my pen. Heading the commercial break here, so it'll be a little bit. You know what that tells me? Probably going to be riding up right against the start of my other stream. So I'm going to have like no time between this stream and the next, which sounds awesome. But that's mainly a me thing. In terms of Watch with Nordic stats here in these goaltenders, you obviously have John Gibson played his first Watch with Nordic game last week. He's 1-0 with a 958 save percentage. As for Frederik Andersen, who has played 5 games in Watch with Nordic streams, has a 3-2 record, a 2.22 goals against average, a 901 save percentage, looking to improve that number here tonight. And again, Gibson only 1 Watch with Nordic game, so I imagine his overall numbers will likely go down once again, but you know, Forgot the World Cup was this year. Yeah, kind of did not start this at the proper time that I should have. So I apologize for that, guys. I was originally going to do Panthers Sabres, but then I found out that I was actually going to be able to stream on Wednesday. So I decided, hey, let's swap things around here a little bit. We'll do Red Wings Hurricanes here today, and then we'll do Flyers and Sabres on Wednesday. So full stream schedule here for the week for those who did not see my post on YouTube, on my YouTube post community, whatever. We got Red Wings Hurricanes today, followed by Avalanche and Maple Leafs. Wednesday, we got Flyers Sabres, followed by Golden Knights and Kings. Flyers Sabres starts at 7:30 p.m. ET, so a little bit later than usually what we're doing. So there you go. And then Sharks versus Capitals on Thursday, followed by Maple Leafs and Golden Knights on Thursday as well. So 2 Golden Knights streams this week, 2 Maple Leaf streams this week. So for those who are fans of those teams, be sure to get pumped up and excited for that. We've done the Golden Knights like 1,000 times, but there's only a few select amount of West Coast teams I can really do every single week. So I guess there's that. All right, still in pregame, guys. Sorry. I apologize for starting this way too early. Oh, Royals news. Gotta update this really quick. Garrett Devine. $27 points in 30 games, not bad. Lady I ran into over here while vacationing from Detroit got you a Fedorov jersey today? Really? CCM with the Tigers D? Oh, that's sick. And she got that for you? Wow, what a nice lady. It's a very nice lady. Huh. All right. random but coolest gifts I've gotten this year. Yeah, random to get that from a random lady, but that's cool. All right, we're getting close to puck drop here. A lot of pregame celebrations, looking back to history. Always cool to see. Oh, that's sick. They changed the skates to look like the skates that they used in the 90s, and they look absolutely awesome. That looks so cool. Fedorov warm-up jerseys. That's kind of sick. So Red Wings representing here in Detroit. And we'll get ready for the start of the first period here in just a moment, as I took a half hour to wait on this. If I knew that, I would have just did Sabres. Avs-Wings rivalry in early 2000s was second to none. Absolutely. All right, ceremonial puck drop here now in Detroit. So they're doing the lineup stuff and everything. Probably going to do the national anthem, so I'll turn on my TV for all that. Take it as a half apology. Hey, at least you got a jersey out of that. All right. So Fedorov coming out here to do the ceremonial puck drop. Always love to honor hockey history here. So Larkin and Jordan Stahl will come up to drop the puck. Oh no, Stahl ain't even playing. Why isn't Stahl playing? It's weird. All right. There you go. There's the Sergei Fedorov puck drop celebration, and I believe we are now ready to start the opening period here tonight between the Detroit Red Wings and the Carolina Hurricanes. It's two of the top teams. Oh no, there's still a national anthem. I can't freaking. All right. I will turn on my TV so we can listen to the Star Spangled Banner together. Take off my hat. Here we go.
So proudly we have the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in
All right, that is the national anthem here from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. What's up, Colin? How we doing? And now we get ready for puck drop here in Detroit. After being live for nearly a half hour, so I kind of timed that very inaccurately. Between the Detroit Red Wings and the Carolina Hurricanes here tonight. Starting goaltenders now from both sides. You start off on Detroit's side, John Gibson, who is riding a shutout here heading into this game and has played phenomenal in his last 5 starts. On the other side, you have Frederik Andersen, who has struggled this season for sure, but is looking to get back on track here and get the win for Carolina. 2 of the top teams in the Eastern Conference facing off here tonight on Sergei Fedorov retirement night. Carolina wearing the whites, Detroit wearing their red homes. Here we go, Hurricanes versus Detroit, and we are underway. Face-off won by the Red Wings, banked back out to center. Carolina now battling at center for that puck. Chatfield will dump that one down low into the Red Wing zone. Edvinsson will bank that one off the boards then for Marco Kasper, who will drop that one down low then for Seider. Seider feeds it out to center. Now Larkin trying to poke check that one ahead. Stolen back then by the Canes. Red Wings get it right back. And Detroit will regroup now at center. Kasper to Edvinsson. Edvinsson off the boards will now bank that one here into the Carolina zone. Now Kasper knocked down to the ground by Jacob Slavin, and we got a penalty. As right away, Marco Kasper falls down to the ground. Jacob Slavin will go to the box, and it's a tripping penalty here in Detroit. Not even a minute in. We'll head to the power play. What's up, Wooly Waj? Welcome to the stream, brother. So now we look here, and we get a Red Wings power play here to open up. Again, as I said, the Red Wings power play ranked 5th in the NHL this season. Carolina's power penalty kill ranking 18th. And here we go. Just a minute in, a Red Wings power play to start. It'll be Larkin versus Stahl. Face-off is blown dead at first due to a violation. They will kick Stahl out of the circle. Now coming in then is Jordan Marnook. Fed up to the point then Raymond. Raymond to Seider. Back to Raymond. My name's Evan, Colin. Bank back off the boards then now. Larkin will dump that one down low. Van Riemsdyk trying to jab at that puck. Carolina then dumps it back into the zone. Andre Miller will bank that one off the boards back to center. Here they come shorthanded. It's Stahl with Marnook. Stahl back over, and they cannot complete the play. Here come the Red Wings the other way. Larkin through center gets sandwiched by 2 Carolina players. DeBrincat gets the puck back. Down low, Andre Miller battling for it. Back to DeBrincat. DeBrincat pass in front is blocked. Van Riemsdyk to the point then to Raymond. Raymond off the boards. Larkin feeds it to center. Stolen back then by DeBrincat on the right side. DeBrincat to Seider. Back to Raymond at the point. Seider waits, fires it into Andersen. Rebound, they score! James Van Riemsdyk on the rebound. And Detroit gets the 1-0 lead. For some reason, I completely forgot it was in net for Carolina. I'm like, ugh. James Van Riemsdyk on the rebound on Frederik Andersen, who I think thought the puck was in or whatever, but it's a 1-0 lead here for Detroit to start off. You want to what? You want to who will win? I got you. Don't worry. Hang on. James Van Riemsdyk on the rebound, who has been very key here on this Red Wings power play. That's his 3rd goal in a commentary stream, and it's a 1-0 lead here for Detroit early on, assisted by Moritz Seider and Lucas Raymond. Sandin Pellikka banking it out now down low in the corner. Taylor Hall battling for the puck. He picks it up. Hall to the point. Nikishin a shot off the post. Patrick Kane steals it back then for Detroit. Sherratt on the right side will try and bank it out to center. He'll get it out there successfully. Now Hall plays it back to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere on the right side then into the zone is Jackson Blake, who will clear that one down low. Racing forward and battling forward in the corner is Stankoven. Fed back up to the point. Gostisbehere fires it. And off of Gibson and back all the way out to center. Carolina moves into the zone. Gostisbehere on the right side tries to clear it down low. It's intercepted then by the wings. Racing forward is Van Riemsdyk. And it gets to Anderson first, who banks it out to center. Comfort will dump it back down low into the zone. And the Hurricanes will regroup. Shots are 2-2 here in this first period already. Detroit, in the opening minute, gets a 1-0 lead. Cleared back into the Red Wings zone. Puck goes out of play. And we'll get another face-off. All right, there you go. If you refresh your stream, there will be a who will win pool. I forgot to actually put that in here for this one. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Face-off here now outside of the Detroit zone. It'll be Appleton versus Stahl as Rasmussen and Marnook are going at it behind the play. And they'll try again. Face-off. Won by Carolina. At the point, Chatfield will dump that one then into the Detroit zone. And it strange bounces up and out of play, I guess. But great movement there by Detroit on that power play to keep Van Riemsdyk there open in front for rebounds. And again, you got to have somebody there always. You never know. These goalies give up a lot of rebounds. And JVR, nice little backhand there to the top of the net. Red Wings here at center now. They'll dump it into the Carolina zone. Racing for it then is Anderson, who banks it off the boards. Detroit trying to keep that one in. Rasmussen battling for the puck. Marnook banks it back down low then. Now Jacob Slavin in the corner will backhand that one around. On the right side then for Jarvis. Jarvis tried to clear. It's dumped now down low in the corner. Stahl to Marnook. Back to Jarvis. Intercepted then by the Red Wings. Edvinsson then for JBD. And Detroit will cycle. Edvinsson dumps it into the Carolina zone. 16 minutes to go in the first period. Red Wings with a 1-0 lead. Carolina forces to center. Aho. Cross-ice pass to Ehlers. Ehlers into the zone. Battling forward with multiple Red Wings. Rasmussen in front. And Carolina jabbing at that puck. Could not get it through. Here's Svechnikov. Down on the right side. Pass in front. And it slides through the skates of Aho. Now Casper will dump that one into the zone. Yeah, congratulations to Sergei Fedorov for his jersey retirement. One of the legendary players here in Detroit. James Van Riemsdyk, his 12th goal of the season. It's a power play goal. And the Red Wings have a 1-0 lead here in this opening period. Face-off. As they'll jab at that puck outside of the Carolina zones. Won by Detroit. Sherratt will dump that one here into the Carolina zone. Racing for it then is Slavin, who will bank that one back out to center. Now Jackson Blake dumps it into the zone. Racing for it then is Stankoven. Fighting forward with ASP. Now down low in the corner here. Trying to get that one is Hall. Hall to the right side. Jackson Blake looks. Point to Slavin, a shot. And that one goes wide. DeBrincat now down low in the zone. Trips over the net. Hurricanes pick up the puck. Banked off the boards now. Chatfield shoots it. Saved by Gibson. Rebounds there. They score. No goal. They wave it off. Logan Stankoven tried to hit that one down with his hand to the ground and instead put it into the net, and that is no-no. And we'll rewatch this play. Yeah, he tried to pick up the puck. Instead, it deflected off his hand and into the net. It's obviously, it's not intentional. But that is a no-goal. That is a no-no. They might review this, but that should not be a goal. Yeah, puck was directed in with a hand. Too much stank on that one. How's everyone doing tonight? We're doing good. How are you? Van Riemsdyk scored for Detroit. 15-10 left to go in the opening period. Detroit with an early 1-0 lead. Face-off now outside of the Red Wing zone. Kotkaniemi versus Comfer. Face-off won here by the Canes all the way back into the Hurricane zone. Now banked off the boards to center. And Carolina will now regroup in their own end. Clear back out and dumped into the Detroit zone. Jacob Bernard-Docker now behind the net. Gets tied up then down low. Trying to battle at that puck is Kotkaniemi. Banked off the boards then down low Jankowski. To Kotkaniemi. In the corner now Eric Robinson gets knocked down to the ground. Carolina picks it back up. Kotkaniemi. Down low in the corner to Jankowski. Mark Jankowski. Banked off the boards then. Back up to the point now. It's Nikishin who will clear that one down low. Jankowski battling for it then with the likes of Johansson. Stolen back then by the Red Wings. Raymond clears to center. Stolen back then by the Canes who dump it into the Red Wings zone. And they have some time here as Carolina was getting a line change off. Trying to break that one away is Marnook from Elmer Soderblom, who draws into the lineup tonight. Here's Jarvis into the zone. Shoots it off of John Gibson. Now Rasmussen banks it back out to center. Appleton battling for that puck. Stolen back then by the Canes to center. Now Edvinsson trying to play that one back to Soderblom again. Could not get that one through. Carolina will bank that one into the zone and out of play. And we head to our first commercial break. 1-0 Detroit. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. Also, like the stream as well. It helps out bringing more people into the stream, so I would greatly appreciate that. Shots are 4-2 in favor of Carolina here. All right. Still in commercial break. It's like a Fedorov message to the fans is what they're doing here. All right. 13:45 left to go. Shots are 3-2 in favor of Carolina. All right, resuming puck drop here with a Sergei Fedorov message to the fans that took too long to for them to share. Play already started again. Aho here now will take the draw. Faceoff will come outside of the Carolina zone. Faceoff won by the Canes. Chatfield on the right side will bank that one off the boards all the way back into the Red Wings zone for an icing. So there you go. A lot of different faces here for Sergei Fedorov tonight, of course. Sider backhanded down low now into the corner in the Carolina zone. It's banked back out the center. Racing for it now is Ehlers. Sider tried to throw that one down low. Pass in front, and Aho with a big chance there. Denied by Gibson. Back at the point. Another shot is blocked. Now racing for it with speed is Emmett Finney. Stolen back then by the Canes, who will clear back into the Red Wings zone. Wings banking off the boards back into the Hurricanes end. It'll be Sean Walker, who will regroup here in the Hurricane zone. Gives it back then for Miller, who was traded here in the offseason. Dump back down low now behind the net. Trying to race for that one is Kopp. Off the boards then, Kane to center. ASP will send DeBrincat into the zone. He's offsides. So they'll blow that one dead. Face off here outside the Carolina zone. 12.5 minutes to go in the opening period. Good Lord, I wish Bussy was in that. Huh. Clear down low here into the Detroit zone. Carolina trying to pick up the puck. Stank over to the point to Walker. Walker clears it around now behind the net. Blake to Taylor Hall. Blake to center. They could not get it in on Gibson. He steals right back. Wrap around. And they still can't tuck it through. Cleared all the way back out to center. Now Miller. Miller back to Stankoven. Now Taylor Hall will dump that one down low. Cleared all the way back out to center. Racing for it now is Comfer. A shot. And off the pad of Anderson now. Here come the Canes the other way. Jackson Blake. Cross ice pass to Marnock. A shot. Denied by Gibson. Why are they starting? Wait, you guys play. Why do you guys? So you guys play St. Louis tomorrow. I wonder why you just don't start Bussy today, because Detroit's better than St. Louis. Down low in the corner, Comfer down low for Van Riemsdyk. JVR banks it off the boards. Raymond now behind the net. Lucas Raymond looking for options. Will try and take that one to center. Pass up to the point. Point shot there from Bernard Docker. Goes back wide. Now banked out the center. Here come the Canes the other way. Shane Gostisbehere will dump that one then into the Detroit zone. Now JBD will hold the puck. Here's Soderblom to Rasmussen. Shoots it off the post. The second post hit tonight for either side. Now banked back into the Carolina zone once again. It's Mason Appleton. Appleton dumps it down low in the corner now. Soderblom behind the net. Off the boards, Appleton, a shot goes out of play. And a little mix-up in front. Shots are 6-3 here in favor of Carolina. Freddie has won once. He needs to put his game face on. Yeah. You got to remember he is a little bit older than what he once was. For sure. 10.5 minutes to go in the opening period. Detroit with a 1-0 lead. Face off here in the Carolina zone. It's Jankowski versus Michael Rasmussen. And face off is blown dead due to a violation. Tonight is the 10th time we have live streamed the Carolina Hurricanes all time in Watch with Nordic history. Face-off here in the Carolina zone, won by the Canes. Trying to break that one through center, backhanded down into the Detroit zone. Off the boards here now, Rasmussen into the zone. Rasmussen drops it back then for Soderblom. Cleared down low now into the corner. Carolina will hold it here in their own end as we cross over the halfway mark here in this first period. Shots are 6-3 in favor of the Canes. Chatfield will dump that one to the Red Wing zone. Now Svechnikov on the right side trying to jab at that puck. Aho to the point. Slavin back to Aho. To Chatfield. Shoots it. Saved by Gibson. Rebounds in front. And Gibson gets the glove on it. And Svechnikov was giving him the pressure. But John Gibson doing what he's been doing here for a while. He stands tall. We might get a bag of chips for KK. Yeah, that was an all-time... The offer sheet would have been fine had Kotkaniemi just signed for a year, but then they signed him for like 6 years. It's just like, Jesus. And now he didn't even make Team Finland. He didn't even make Team Finland for a team that like has literally like hardly any NHLers. Like there's only maybe 1 or 2 players that didn't make that roster that are in the NHL. And Kotkaniemi's one of them. Like, I think that's absolutely ridiculous that he was unable to make that team, but I guess it happens. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. I would appreciate it. J-Dub, I think you're wearing... I think if I see on your thing correctly... Oh, I can click on your channel. You're a Panthers fan. How you feeling about the Panthers' loss on Saturday? I was a little bit upset. I wanted to see Carolina kind of go on a run, but I will say this, like, my buddy's a Panthers fan, so I know a lot more about them than I do. Most NFL teams got to really follow the NFL, but from what the Panthers were a couple of years ago to what they are now, it's a drastic improvement. So I'd be proud of that, at least for this year. Nicholas Lidstrom. 20 seasons with Detroit. All right, face-off coming here in the Detroit zone. It sucked, but we didn't embarrass ourselves. We overachieved. So you think next year you guys will be worse? Through the zone now. Casper trying to bring that one in. Stolen back then by the Canes. Aho. Banked off the boards then. Chatfield will dump that one into the zone. Banked all the way back into the Carolina zone for an icing against the Red Wings. I don't really know enough about it, but I was kind of rooting for the Panthers. Not really big into the NFL. I'm more of a hockey and baseball guy. Ugh. All right, face-off here in the Red Wing zone. Shots are 8-3 in favor of Carolina. Walker wins the draw. Bank back down low in the corner. Well, that's unfortunate. Glad you're here, though. Sider. Bank back off the boards then. Casper to Larkin, who gets tripped. And that will be a penalty. Another call here against the Canes. Red Wings will head to the power play. Oh, this year's team and talent. Ah, okay. Okay. All right, Red Wings power play coming up here now For the second time in this period, it's another tripping call. This time it's against Jackson Blake. And the Red Wings will head to the power play here in the opening period. Faceoff coming in the Carolina zone. Larkin versus Stahl once again. Faceoff here down low. Hurricanes win the draw. Chatfield will steal and shoots it right into Gibson, who will play it back then for Sider behind the Red Wings net. Moritz Sider will drop it back for Raymond. Lucas Raymond here now to Larkin through center. Down the right side. We'll circle back around then to the point. Sider banks it off the boards. DeBrincat to Larkin. Down low Raymond. Raymond looks. Point to DeBrincat. DeBrincat to Sider. To DeBrincat back to Raymond. Raymond waits. Comes back up to the point. Banks it off the boards then for Larkin on the right side. Down low in the corner. Now Van Riemsdyk pass in front. And DeBrincat tried to jab that one in and could not get it through. Sider at the point here now for Detroit to Raymond. Raymond off the boards to Larkin. Larkin moves in. Fans on the shot. Now Raymond comes in again. Shoots it. Blocked by Slavin. Chatfield gets it and clears the other way. Halfway through the first period. Or through the power play. Not the first period. Sorry. Sandin Pellikka drops it back then for Finney. Breaking it now through center. Puck slides into the Carolina bench off that backhand. And out of play. Shots are 9-4. And pretty clear the Canes have been better here in this game. Getting plenty of more chances on John Gibson. But Detroit with the only shot that really matters. Through center now, Sandin Pellikka. ASP will drop it back then for Kane. Patrick Kane now dumps it into the Detroit zone. Now Finney battling for it with Walker. Cleared around now behind the net then for Kasper. Kasper to Kane. Kane back to Kasper. Kasper down low here now in the corner for Kopp. Kopp back to Kasper as they're being tied up on the right side. Now Kane at the point. Patrick Kane, who scored goal number 500 on Thursday. Behind the net now Finney. Pass in front. Tipped away then by the Canes. Here they come the other way. Sebastian Aho. Short-handed with Jarvis. Aho moves in. Off the post. Again. For the second time tonight, the Canes hit iron. Oh my gosh. And the power play is over for Detroit. Great kill by Carolina and then some. Cleared all the way back into the Red Wings zone here. Now it's Albert Johansson behind the net as Detroit will look for options. Johansson back to Appleton off the boards then. Down low Rasmussen try to clear that one around. Back over then for Sherrod off the boards, a shot. And that one goes wide. Now racing forward with speed is Elmer Soderblom. Soderblom moves in. Deeks to center. Can't get strong. Rebounds there in front. Sherrod jabbing at that puck. And it goes wide. Carolina gets it back. They try and clear. Kept in by Detroit. Appleton dumps it down low to Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets it back. Will clear it to Soderblom. Stolen back then by the Canes. And here come the Canes back the other way. And all alone then is Robinson, who gets tied up then by Sider. He's waiting for his team to get a line change. Now Blake behind the net. Jackson Blake pass in front. Chatfield shoots it wide. Stankoven down low in the corner. Taken back then by the Red Wings. Stolen back then by the Canes right away. Red Wings get it right back as I say that. Here's Raymond through the zone. Lucas Raymond circles back around. Clears it around now behind the net. Van Riemsdyk pass in front. And it's blocked. If posts were goals, you lead the league. I wonder if there's a stat to see how many posts you've hit this year. Delayed penalty for Detroit. Fed back up to the point. Puck will slide back out to center. 6-on-5 here for the Hurricanes. Into the zone now. Shot saved by Gibson. He covers that puck up. And Carolina, after 2 Detroit power plays, they will get a chance to tie the game here tonight. with their own opportunity on the power play as Taylor Hall was tripped by Mo Sider in some huge chances here and some huge saves by Gibson. And it stays a 1-0 lead for Detroit. I wouldn't say the Hurricanes aren't going to win because it's literally the first period. Yeah, a little bit surprising how bad their power play's been. It's like the Avalanche. The Avalanche's power play's been very not great. But they're like the best team in the league. Doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh. Connor Bedard has the flu. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully Connor Bedard's okay. 57 passes, maybe 1 shot on goal. Okay, we'll see. My buddy just texted me, said that the Canes will score with the Red Wings PK. All right, Carolina power play here with 5:12 left to go in this first period. Red Wings Cup party. Patrick Kane was there? What the hell? All right, Carolina power play here now coming up. As they're talking Patrick Kane, face off here in the Red Wings zone, won by the Canes. Svechnikov to Gostisbehere, back to Aho, to Gostisbehere, down low for Svech, goes off his stick. Down low here now in the corner, battling for that puck with 2 Red Wings. Puck is cleared back up to the point. Gostisbehere to Aho. Back down low then Blake. Blake to Aho. Sebastian Aho to the point to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere. Back to Aho. To Svechnikov, a shot. Fans on the puck. Still gets the shot on, but it's cleared the other way by Detroit. Shots are 10-5 in favor of Carolina. Or I guess 11-5 now. Here's Aho. Played forward then Ehlers. Back to Aho now through center. Jarvis drops it back to the point. Trying to back in that one down low. Stolen back in by the Red Wings. Rasmussen poke checks it away. And all the way back into the Carolina zone. Larkin gets it back now shorthanded. Intercepted then by the Hurricanes. Svechnikov drops it back. Ehlers to Aho now back to Jarvis. Jarvis into the zone. Banked off the boards then back up to the point. Ehlers intercepted by Larkin. 2-on-1 the other way there for Detroit. Larkin to Rasmussen. Rasmussen in front! Saved by Anderson! They jabbed at that puck, but they could not get it past them. 30 seconds to go on the Hurricanes power play. Through center. Passes drop back then for Blake. Blake. Down low. Nikishin. Back to Blake. Jackson Blake at the point. Down low Stankoven. Pass in front. Taylor Hall nearly jabbed that puck in, but could not get it through. Detroit will clear down the other way, and that will do it for the Hurricanes power play. Shots are 11-6 here in favor of the Hurricanes. Here they come the other way. Taylor Hall into the zone off of Gibson. And the shot's denied. Stolen back then by the Red Wings. Here they come the other way. Kane to DeBrincat. What a move there past the likes of Sean Walker. Now off the boards then for Miller. Kane battling for it now down low. Hurricanes steal it back to center. Now Simone Edvinsson will regroup with the puck. Edvinsson off the boards. Comfer to DeBrincat. DeBrincat into the zone. Fires it. Saved by Anderson as the puck slides back into the corner. Now Miller off the boards then for Taylor Hall. Puck slides all the way back into the Red Wings zone. It's cleared around the boards then and back up to the point. DeBrincat trying to feed that pass to center. Stolen back then by Raymond. Raymond through the zone now, intercepted by the Hurricanes, who will win in their own end. 2 minutes to go in the first period. Detroit with the 1-0 lead. Off the boards now, Jarvis dumps it back into the Red Wing zone. That's an icing. Actually, no, puck goes out of play. Sorry. Not icing. What am I saying? What am I saying? Oh, yeah, the Hughes Bulls tonight. Forgot about that. Forgot Minnesota versus New Jersey was tonight also. All right. Face off now at center. Cleared back into the Red Wing zone. Chatfield a shot. Goes off the boards back down low. Jalen Chatfield. Intercepted then by Edvinsson. Carolina takes it right back into the zone. Ehlers a shot. Tipped by Gibson and denied. Kept in the zone though by the Canes. Svechnikov at the point to center. Tried getting a shot on it. Was blocked. And now Svech will bank that one off the boards then for Simone Edvinsson. Edvinsson to Finney, who will bank that one back down low. Jarvis will bring that one in now. Goes wide. Now Svechnikov feeds it up to the point. Shot there. Deflects up. And out of play. And 74 seconds remaining here in this first period. Shots are 12-8. I got to get some water bottles after this. All right, face off here now in the Detroit zone. Won by the Red Wings. Off the boards now, Jacob Bernard Docker will bank that one all the way out to center. Rasmussen brings it in now to the right side. Rasmussen clears it down low to Mason Appleton. Appleton battling for it now with Stankoven. Off the boards now, Shane Gostisbehere. Intercepted by Detroit. Soderblom looks. Moves into the zone, circles back around to the point to Sherratt. Thomas Sherratt clears it down low, intercepted then by the Canes. Last minute of play in the opening period. Blake into the zone then. Taylor Hall will clear that one around now behind the net. Back up to the point. Now Jackson Blake will battle for that puck as well. Miller clears it down low into the corner. Wraparound chance in front. Jabbing at that puck now Blake. Blake looks. Pass up to the point, then Walker will tip that one in the air. And way out of play with 15.7 to go. All right. Face off here in the Detroit zone. 15.7 left to go. As Larkin gets knocked down to the ground there. Kopp versus Kotkaniemi. Face off here in the Red Wing zone. It's Kopp versus Kotkaniemi. Bank back down low in the corner. Edvinsson trying to bank it off the boards. It's cleared back out to center. 10 seconds left. Off the boards now. Larkin over then for Kopp. Stolen back then by Carolina, who will come back into their own zone to regroup. And that will do it for the opening period. 20 minutes of play in the books here on Sergei Fedorov retirement night as the Red Wings, with the opening goal, make it a 1-0 lead here at the end of the first period. And that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. And we will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. It'd mean a lot to me, of course. And we'll take some time here briefly for the start of the second. My computer died. Either that or my Wi-Fi just had a complete glitch. I have no idea what's going on. Huh. This is rather peculiar. All right, no idea why everything's so laggy. I think I'm just either my Wi-Fi is having problems right now, but my stream itself is fine. Not sure what the hell's happening. What was I gonna do? Oh. Right. All right. That. All right.
What a beautiful night. What a beautiful speech by Sergei Fedorov. We're pleased to be joined by Chris Illich. Your memories, what floods to your mind first when you think of number 91?
Well, first, just say thanks for having me up to the booth. The number one broadcast, well, you guys are the number one broadcast team in all of hockey, as voted by the fans in the Athletic. So thank you guys for all your hard work, and we appreciate your work every night bringing our games. But, you know, for Sergei, so many moments impossible to pick. I would say the first one for me really wasn't a moment. It was the season, the 93-94 season. Of course, he had an amazing year. He wins the Hart MVP. He wins the Selke Best Defensive Forward. And that really embodied his style, the offense, the defense.
All right, just updating the all-time Watch with Nordic score sheet.
94-95 season. That was the emergence of the
Really quick.
Of course, Sergey was in the middle of that, and you guys were calling those games, but that was like poetry in motion to those guys.
Tim was talking about Sergey down earlier tonight and how good he was in the playoffs. And I started looking at the numbers. The year he was hurt, he came back and played 20 games, I believe, and then he went 10 and 10 in 20 games in the playoffs. One of the second cup year, '98.
All right.
I've forgotten he had been out all year.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. Gonna go grab some waters really quick. I forgot to do that earlier, so I'll be right back.
I would say 95-96, scoring those 5 goals, all the Red Wings goals against Washington. Like, who does that at this level, right? And but you guys called those games. He would bring the fans out of their seats on a nightly basis. He would stand out, even on a star-studded team, and it was a real privilege to honor him tonight. And he deserves, to be the 9th number in Red Wings history to be retired.
He had the flash, did he not? I mean, we haven't had a lot of guys. We had a lot of really great players in this organization for a long time. But he had the flash. He had the pizzazz, like the skates and song tonight. And I mean, he had the blonde hair flowing in the breeze. And, oh my God. And everybody loved the way that he was a Russian rocket at the time they called him, and just flying all over the ice and doing what he did was pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, he's the whole package. I mean, he's entertainment all bundled up into one guy, and he's a pro. And it's it's why he's a Hall of Famer. It's why he's hanging in the rafters now.
Speaking of entertainment, we're sitting in an arena, was it now 8 years? 8 years ago, I know the conversation started 3 or 4 before that, and then boom, shovels from the ground. 8 years later, and you and I were talking briefly here, the in-arena experience here is second to none, it seems to us. The kids are having
All right.
warm-up.
Grabbed a couple of waters. Sorry about that, guys. Where can I put these? Put them on the ground. Oh, all right. So we'll go over the other scores around the NHL quickly.
Together, and it's just a point of pride. A lot of hard work, a lot of getting around, seeing the best in the business.
Can we please get this Negro off my screen? Hey,
All right.
Each of their spaces to make it great. And I love hearing you say you've got a great vantage point here because you helped design it.
All right, other scores around the NHL quick.
We may not keep them, but I want to hear them and give you options to build this place. Is that something you
All right, other scores around the National Hockey League. There are 9 games on this lovely Monday, so let's go through all the ones that are going on here. Panthers and Sabres, 2-1 Florida in the middle of the second period in that one. Hurricanes and Wings, obviously 1-0 lead for Detroit. Rangers Kraken tied 2-2 in the second period. That matchup, Flyers and Lightning, is 3-1 Tampa Bay. In the second period, Canucks and Red Wings, 1-0 Canucks. Or Canucks and Canadiens, sorry. Did I say Canucks and Red Wings? Devils and Wild, 0-0 after the start of that game. Oilers and Blackhawks starting in 15 minutes. And then later on tonight, Avalanche and Maple Leafs, followed by Stars and Kings, are the 2 10 p.m. matchups here tonight on the East Coast. All right. Now we just kind of chill for a little bit. Any questions you guys want to talk about? Any things you want to discuss, leave them in the comments. And we'll just kind of hang out here for a little bit before the start of the second.
AI will impact all of your jobs. Any questions? Yes. Can AI analyze and react quickly? Absolutely. Can it perform under pressure? It doesn't feel pressure. Is it fast? So fast. Hey, AI guy. Is it good in a scrum? What's a scrum? It's a scrum. Doesn't even know a scrum. Just not you.
Am I in the USA? Yeah, I live in Pennsylvania. So not that far away from Carolina. But yeah, I live in the US. All right, this is still good. Got to change all my jerseys around. I haven't done that in a while. Shots were 12-8.
You gotta love hockey fans. Some bloke sits in a lucky third goal and the crowd is ready to toss their favourite hats onto the ice, never to be seen again. All these fine fans must have switched to Geico and saved $900. Well, I suppose that was tossing away some valuable hats. Well, I mean, this is decent. Giddy up. Watch my tail, will you? Ooh, what a fitting little cap.
It feels good to score.
Grew up in PA, Youngling. Nice. Not far away. Yeah, I'm in Philly area. Philadelphia area. So we're in mourning right now. We are in mourning with the loss of the Eagles. Red Wings the best. Love to hear that. My girlfriend, though, is a Red Wings fan, so. All right. Second period, about 5 minutes or so. 6 minutes. Not 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Difficult, tricky some of these nights can be on a night in which you retire the number of a legend and your players are sort of standing around waiting to get going, but it's exactly the start that they wanted to have. In fact, on a night in which they retired number 91, the Wings scored 92 seconds into the game. That ours brings you the big money first intermission.
Yeah, good point. It can be, in fact, difficult for the team to get off their rhythm, but the Wings got off to a nice start. And the Wings strike again. What a pickup by Steve Eisman also in the offseason. I think it gets him firsthand.
Tried Youngling. I'll be home this summer. Can't wait to have a cheesesteak. Oh, yeah. Kind of stabby over there in Philly. At least they don't have to grease the poles again or empty the horse diapers. Yep. That's true. At least they don't got to do that with our psychopath fans. So they don't got to do any of that stuff. That's true. All right. Second period will start up here in a little bit. Real classy, still them throwing beers at fans outside before the game even start. Yeah, that's who we are though. But never really been into football. So, I mean, like, I'm into it, but I'm not like into it. I'll watch the Super Bowl. And I'll tune into an occasional Birds game, but Just like him before you go to bed. What's up, Bon? Thank you for coming in to like. I appreciate it, bro. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Heard a rumor there were some urban fellas riding horses around in Kingston called the Concrete Boys or Kensington. I've not heard anything about that. But I would not be surprised at all if that was going on. I would not be shocked at all. Sounds very Philadelphia-like. Didn't realize how many subs I have now. Congrats. Yeah, man, thank you. We've been grinding. We've been putting in the work. Doing these commentary streams as much as we can. Making as many videos as we can as well. But thank you. Got to keep working. Nordcast Network's doing well too. It's starting to grow.
But I play with Mickey for some reason. Did you set him up for the dad? Probably Mickey gave it to me, yeah. I think so. Is it 3-2? He set you up, yeah. Is it 3-2 sport? Yeah. Yeah, he gave it to me. That pass, yeah. Right across the goalie face. Those old veterans, right? Yeah, but I don't understand why.
Found you through Hot Take Hockey years ago. You were still under 1K. Yeah. HTH, man. What a goat. He's still grinding. He's still doing stuff. Good for him. He's getting bigger and bigger still every day. Did World Junior streams. Yeah, I take donations. Yeah, donations through the chat. Doesn't really matter, though. That's the only way you can donate, but yes. Got a mod over there? Nice. Lucky you, man. I think I'm a mod, too, but I haven't been in a stream in a while. All right, let's get ready here to start the second period between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Detroit Red Wings here from Little Caesars Arena. First period recap, goals were scored by James Van Riemsdyk. As we get ready for the start of the second period, shots are 12-8. All right, here we go. Hurricanes versus Red Wings, second period, and we are underway. Face-off one here by Carolina, who brings it back into the Hurricane zone. Now Slavin off the boards here now to center. Yeah, that's like the season-long goal. I just go by 100. So whenever I reach that milestone, next goal will be like $400 and so on and so forth. But I usually start off at like $100 goal every year, but I'm almost up to $300 I made in just donations. It's nuts. But it's great. I'm very happy with it. Very happy that people actually donate to me. It's kind of wild. Face-off coming here in the Detroit zone, won by the Canes. Slavin at the point, shoots it. And it goes wide of Gibson, then back down low. Now it's Svechnikov. Banks it down low in the corner. Dylan Larkin battling for the puck. Ehlers to center. Oh, a shot. Deflected into the corner. Andrei Svechnikov. On the right side to the point then. Shot is blocked. Comes back out to center. Racing for now is Sider. who banks that one off then. Now Larkin moves in. Dylan Larkin down the right side. Fires it just wide of Frederick Anderson. Puck will slide back into the Detroit zone. ASP back for Larkin. Rings it up then for the likes of Finney. Finney to Kopp. Pass to Finney in front. And they could not complete the play. Sherratt off the board, trying to backhand that one down low. Now into the corner, Patrick Kane. Banks it up then for DeBrincat. DeBrincat back to Kane. Kane waits. Throws it back to Sherratt now, down low in the corner. Back around now behind the net. Hall battling for it. Sherratt trying to jab at that puck. Kopp to DeBrincat. Dekes into the zone. Shoots it. He scores! Alex DeBrincat. What a move. What a play. And Detroit with a 2-0 lead. Wow. Alex DeBrincat, what a shot. His 24th goal of the season. Alex DeBrincat assisted by Andrew Kopp and Ben Sherratt. 2-0 lead here for Detroit here in the second period. 2 goals on 9 shots for Frederick Anderson. Not ideal. Here come the Canes with the puck. Jackson Blake through center. Moves into the zone. Gets knocked off it now. Down low in the corner. Trying to jab that one in there on Gibson. Now Stankoven picks it back up. Taylor Hall cleared down low. Intercepted then by Johansson, who's trying to bank that one around. Now Jackson Blake to center. Shoots it. Tipped in front. But Gibson gets the tipped shot and covers. Face off here now in the Detroit zone. Stahl versus Rasmussen. Face off won by the Canes. A shot off of Gibson. Back to the right side. Stahl trying to battle for that puck. Hey! Gossesbear shoots it off the boards. Thank you, Panthers. Thank you, J-Dub. Here's Soderblom into the zone. Dekes in. Shoots it. And off of Anderson goes back to center. Hang on, I'll thank you in a moment. Stankoven still backed in by the Canes as they try and clear to center. Thank you, J-Dub. I appreciate it, bro. Keep up the good work. Just want to donate, but now hoping it also brings your Canes better luck. Well, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. It means a lot, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in here and watching me commentate the Canes, and hopefully it will bring your Canes some luck. All right, well, let's see what happens here. Shots are 15-9 in favor of the Canes. Here they come the other way. Mark Jankowski gets knocked down into the corner then by Sherratt. Axel Sandin Pellica brings it through center, dumps it down low. Walker clears it off the boards then, stolen back then by the wings. Raymond to Comfer. JT Comfer down low. Raymond banks it behind the net. Walker off the boards then. Van Riemsdyk to Comfer. Feeds it up to the point. A shot blocked by a Cane. And the puck deflects to Sandin Pellica. Trying to battle for that one is Eric Robinson. ASP banks it down low. Kotkaniemi steals it back. Cross-ice pass. Here come the Canes the other way. 2-on-2. Kotkaniemi into the zone. Waits. Pass over. And Robinson cannot connect. Larkin back to JVR. JVR now through the zone to Raymond. Pass over is blocked. Taken back then by the Hurricanes. Svechnikov through center. Banks it all the way back then down low in the corner. We'll try and clear that one around. Stolen back then by Larkin. Larkin to Sider. Sider will dump that one into the zone. Now Raymond battling forward with Jalen Chatfield. And off the boards then, Carolina steals it back. Cleared all the way out to center. Svechnikov moves it into the zone. Battling for it now with Mo Sider. Sider gets it back now here in the Detroit zone. Less than 16 minutes to go in the middle frame. Larkin circles back around. Dylan Larkin backhands it down low then to Emmett Finney. Finney here below the goal line. Finney now looks for options. Drop back then for Kopp. Kopp to center. Casper can't tuck that one through. Carolina gets it back. And they will clear all the way down the other way. Wide of Gibson for an icing. And we have just hit 1,000 views on this stream. Thank you all so much for that. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And we're not even halfway through the game, so that's a pretty good sign, if I do say so myself. Be sure to subscribe down below. Like the stream as well if you're new. Helps out with the engagement. Off the boards now to Brinkett. Drops it back then for Aho off the boards. Kept in by the wings to Brinkett. At the point to Kane. What's up, Peter? Kane over. A shot. They score! Albert Johansson. 3-0 Detroit. What a pass by Patrick Kane to get that one past Frederik Andersen and Albert Johansson, his first goal of the season. And the Red Wings have a 3-goal lead. And not ideal. Three goals on 11 shots for Frederik Andersen. Not great season here for Freddie, and this game's showing it here. Now Stankoven off the draw will dump that one into the Red Wings zone. Now battling forward here in the corner. Cleared all the way back to the point. A shot blocked down low now. Stankoven tried to feed that one up to the point. Stolen back then by Detroit. Cleared all the way back into the Carolina zone. K-Andre Miller off the boards for Blake. Jackson Blake will drop that one back then to Stankoven, who dumps that one into the Red Wing zone. Sider brings it through center. Mo Sider now will dump that one here into the Carolina zone. Now Raymond battling forward with Jarvis. Stolen back then by Nikishin. Out to center. Jordan Marnook back to Stahl. Stahl will clear that one into the zone. Now Gibson plays it back for Edvinsson to center. Van Riemsdyk through the zone to Comfer. Pass is tipped. And puck goes out of play. So Alex DeBrincat and Albert Johansson. And the Red Wings with a 3-0 lead here in the second period. Multi-point game from Alex DeBrincat. Goal and an assist. All right. What was I going to do? Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Trying to get to 5K. Why can't I find this one goal?
Learn from this very simple thing. Control your emotions. Be of the things that you need to take as a coach. He was cool. He was very talkative in the locker room, but very cool in the bench.
Sergei Fedorov with today's call. Sam, best call, referring to Scotty Bowman, who he did refer to in his speech here tonight before his number was raised to the rafters at Little Caesars Arena. But he also mentioned the Russian five. Scotty Bowman instrumental in putting that unit out on the ice the first year.
All right. Face off in the Red Wings zone. Carolina wins the draw. Now Jankowski will dump down low, racing forward to Scott Kanyemi. It's cleared away by Gibson. Yes, Barry Kotkaniemi down low. ASP trying to bank that one off the boards here in the corner. Kotkaniemi behind the net, wraps around to center. And Jankowski with a chance there as well. They cannot tuck that one away. And stolen back then by the Hurricanes. Clear it out to center. Here's Soderblom. Moves in. Save by Anderson as he got that one with a stick. Bank back to the right side. Detroit steals it back. They'll shoot it off the boards and back out to center. DeBrincat stolen back then by Jankowski. Jankowski fires it, and it goes wide. Andrei Svechnikov to the point. Slavin waits, moves in. Deked away then by Rasmussen. Off the boards now Appleton. Will clear that one back into the Carolina zone. Now Slavin will regroup here for the Hurricanes. Jacob Slavin plays it back, tipped all the way into the Detroit zone. Sider on the right side will clear that one off the boards. Now back into the Detroit zone. Stolen back then by Carolina. A lot of Carolina pressure here, but it's the Red Wings who have a 3-0 lead here in this second period. And icing here against the Red Wings. All right, face off again in the Red Wings zone. Back up to the point. Miller shoots it, goes wide. Bank back down low in the corner, Larkin to Hall. Taylor Hall, pass in front, can't get the shot on. Logan Stankoven, trying to wrap it around now down low. Stankoven to Taylor Hall, poke checked away then by Edvinson, fed back up to the point, kept in here by the Red Wings, cleared back out to center. Jackson Blake, stolen back then by Finney, over then for Walker as the Hurricanes will regroup in their own zone. Taylor Hall will bank that one into the Detroit zone. Russian-born players to have been retired by NHL franchises. Pavel Bure, Sergei Zubov, and Sergei Fedorov. Only 3? Wow. Definitely think there will be more, obviously. Johansson clears it down low in the corner now. Kopp, wrap around in front then for DeBrincat. Stolen back then by the Hurricanes. Banked off the boards then. Johansson shoots it wide of Anderson. Off the boards now. Taylor Hall will clear all the way back into the Red Wings zone. Now Johansson will regroup here for Detroit. DeBrincat through center. Alex DeBrincat fires it. Blocked in front. Taken back then by Kane, who backhands it down low. Kopp pass to center. And they cannot convert on that play. Jordan Stahl will dump that one here now into the Detroit zone. Dump back into the Carolina zone. Approaching the halfway mark of the third period. Carolina trying to handle that puck. Slavin will play it back to Chatfield, who will dump that one into the zone. Marnock battling forward here now on the right side. Bank back off the boards, back into the Red Wings zone. Now Gibson will play it back for Axel Sandin Pellikka. ASP battling forward now with Sherratt. Jankowski trying to get there too. Now Raymond will clear around now behind the net to ASP. And dumped all the way back into the Hurricane zone. Racing for it was Van Riemsdyk, but it's an icing. So a lot of icing calls here today. That's for sure. Face off in the Red Wing zone. Jankowski versus Comfort. Face off won by the Hurricanes. Gostisbehere moves in, fires it into the glove of John Gibson. And Carolina cannot beat this goaltender. 9:57 left to go. Shots are 17 to 12. And the Red Wings lead 3-0. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. We're pushing for 4,300. Oh, throat still is killing me from last week. I think I have strep, but thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new.
Carolina offer sheets. Yes, Carolina in '98 made what seemed to be a prohibitive offer sheet to Sergei Fedorov. The Ilitch family match, and 2 more Stanley Cups followed. In 2019, Montreal made an offer sheet to that guy, Sebastian Aho. And Carolina matched. Good move, just as Detroit did. He's still their best player. As perhaps payback, though, 2 years later, Carolina then made an expensive 1-year offer sheet to the Canadiens, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Montreal declined to match on number 82. Carolina's now looking to trade that forward.
Face off here in the Red Wing zone is won by the Red Wings. Battling for it down low now. Marnock banks it off the board. Sorry, guys. I was kind of listening to what they were saying. Stahl at the point now. Backhanded down low then by Jarvis. Marnock behind the net. Jordan Marnock now looking for options. Trying to feed a pass in front. Red Wings are doing a good job at keeping the front of the net cleared up and not giving Carolina a lot of grade A chances here to start off this opening period. At the point, Nikishin shoots it off the boards and back around now behind the net. Johansson will try and take that one back. Taken back then by the Red Wings, who will clear back out to center. Now off the boards, it's Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere will break that one into the zone and intercepted then by the Canes, who will clear that one down low, and a whistle is blown here for a high stick. Face off here outside of the Detroit zone. It's won by the Red Wings. Sider off the boards for Edmondson, who will clear out of the zone and out of play with 8:54 remaining. And Carolina not playing bad. Like, they're playing good. That's no question about that. But overall, it's been a tough go of things here for the Canes. And Frederik Andersen's not looked that great. 3 goals on 12 shots. Face-off here in the Red Wing zone, won by the Hurricanes. Fed back up to the point. A shot. Save there by Gibson. Google sniping your comments? What are you talking about? Nose is so itchy. Face-off here now in the Red Wing zone. It's one back then by the Red Wings. Edvinsson will clear that one off the boards. Dumped all the way back into the Carolina zone for yet again another icing against Detroit. Shots are now 18-12. Andersen, last 10 starts, 1-7-2. 3.66 goals against, 841 save percentage. He played last Thursday against the Anaheim Ducks. It was his first win since November 6th. He's had a rough go of things here these last couple weeks. Down low now in the corner. Svechnikov to the point to Slavin. Broken away then by the Red Wings. Here they come the other way. Dylan Larkin off the boards then for Finney. Stolen back then by Svechnikov, who will dump that one then into the Red Wing zone. Gibson clears it around. Svechnikov trying to take a shot on. And gets it back then to Aho now on the right side. Broken up then by Finney. Aho battling for it now with Seider. Cleared around then for Svech. And the Red Wings still a light back. Google just hating on you, bro. Carolina tried to clear out the center. They will do so successfully. Now racing forward is Ehlers. Ehlers to Aho. Aho to Svech. Svech dekes in, slides around all of those players, and Gibson will make the glove save, and now we get some pushing and shoving here between these two lovely teams. All right. Less than 8 minutes to go in this third period. John Gibson, NHL ranked since December 1st. He's first in wins, first in goals against average, first in save percentage, and first in shutouts. Since the 1st of December, he was named the second star of the week this past week. 3-0, 955 and a shutout. He has played phenomenal here in Detroit. Do I think the Maple Leafs are good? I think they've been better. I'm streaming them tonight. Yes, Aho is playing. Hall. Up to the point then to Walker. Walker clears it down low in the corner now to Stankoven. Stankoven. Battling for that one down low in the corner. Hall feeds it up to the point. Shot. Blocked in front. Another chance. Blake battling for that puck now in front of multiple Red Wings skates. Now DeBrincat to Sandin Pellikka. Center now to Kane. Kane back then to DeBrincat. DeBrincat to Kopp. Kopp shoots it. Blocked. Kopp drops it back then to DeBrincat. To the point. Shot there from JBD. Goes off the boards and back all the way out to center. Here come the Canes the other way. Racing for it now is Taylor Hall. Puck is deflected back up in the air now to the corner. Red Wings battling for it. Canes get it back. Hall to Jackson Blake. Blake looks. Jackson Blake holds the puck. Fires it. Blocked by JBD. Down low in the corner now, JT Comfer. Off the boards then for Sherratt. Sherratt all the way back in the Carolina zone. And blown dead for an icing. Shall see if Carolina can come back here in this one. 6.5 minutes to go. Shane Gostisbehere, former Detroit Red Wing. had 56 points in 81 games played back in 2023-24. Face-off here now in the Detroit zone. Jankowski versus Comfer. Face-off won then by the Hurricanes. Slavin pass in front! And Chatfield could not tuck it as I believe the puck went wide. Kotkaniemi at the point fires it. And a rebound there for Jankowski is broken up. DeBrincat will clear all the way back down the other way. Hurricanes have the puck. Chatfield. Back to Slavin. Slavin now will dump it into the Red Wing zone. It's Gibson. Gibson for Sider. Intercepted then by Robinson. Pass over then to Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi on the right side. Bank back out to center. Racing forward now with speed is Raymond. Raymond dialing forward now with Chatfield. Stolen back then by Kotkaniemi. Here come the Canes into the zone. Jesperi Kotkaniemi through center. And stolen back then by Chatfield down low. Chatfield in front for Kotkaniemi is blocked. Now backhanded behind the net. Racing for it then is the likes of Bernard Docker. Raymond down low then for JBD, and we got a penalty. Eric Robinson was tripped. And Detroit will get to the box. Carolina will get their second power play of the game. And boy, could they use a power play goal right about now. Red Wings, 3-0 lead. Here with 5.5 to go in the third. This game's going to overlap, isn't it? Of course it is. Oh, well. What can you do? Another 20 passes and 1 shot on goal. We'll see if you're right this time, bro. Canes flopped. Yeah, a little bit of a flop, if I'm being honest. But we'll ignore that fact. He was already kind of falling when JBD made contact. But I wasn't fully paying attention to the replay. So I'm probably wrong. Ah. All right, face-off here now in the Red Wing zone by the Canes. Svechnikov, a shot denied by Gibson. Sherratt will take it back and clear all the way down the other way. Hurricanes power play here starting off. Canes are 0 for 1 tonight. 1 shot on goal. Gostisbehere drops it back then for Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers now down the right side. Fed up to the point, Svechnikov. To Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Ehlers. Ehlers to Aho. Back to Ehlers. Ehlers fires it, blocked. And taken off the boards and cleared all the way down the other way. Down low here now in the Carolina zone is Gostisbehere, who will hold the puck now for Carolina. Gostisbehere drops it back for Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers then played to center. Aho to Ehlers, trying to bank that one off the boards. Aho down low to Ehlers. Ehlers to the point. Svechnikov to Gostisbehere. Got to spare then down low. Aho. To Ehlers. Ehlers to Aho. A shot goes wide. Seider to Kopp. As the Red Wings clear the other way with 45 seconds to go. Now down low here, Red Wings take it back shorthanded. Appleton will feed it back then for Detroit. Johansson to Sherrod as Red Wings have full control. They'll dump it back into the zone. Trying to Appleton, a shot into Anderson, who makes the save. And now Carolina will regroup. Here's Nikishin, who will drop that one back. Through the zone now, Taylor Hall. Hall dumps it into the zone. Bank back up to the point. Nikishin to the right side. Jankowski. Jankowski to Hall. Taylor Hall behind the net. Banks that one up to the point. Carolina's got it back. Nikishin looks. Jankowski. Down low, Stankoven. Pass over is blocked. And that will do it for the power play. Looks like J-Dub was right. Only one shot on that power play once again. Jackson Blake trying to feed that one to center. Stolen back then by the Red Wings. Blake at the point. Fires it off of a stick. And just wide. Now 3-on-1 the other way. Bernard Docker into the zone with Casper. Pass over. Tipped away by Anderson as Emmett Finney had a huge chance. Now Taylor Hall will backhand that one down low with 3 minutes to go in the second period. Moritz Seider behind the Red Wings net. Seider will bank that one off the boards then for DeBrincat. Slides back into the zone. Stolen back then by the Canes. Robinson. Over then for Marnook. Drop down low into the zone. Robinson trying to poke check that one ahead. Now Edvinsson seals it back. And clears all the way back out to center. Racing for it now with speed is Patrick Kane. Fighting for it now with the likes of Miller. Off the boards now DeBrincat. Pass in front. And that pass was not clear. And here come the Canes the other way. Kotkaniemi into the zone to Robinson. Down low, thrown in front. And back up to the point. Clear down low then now DeBrincat. Back for Edvinsson. Edvinsson sends it around then for Mo Seider. Seider back all the way into the Hurricane zone now. It's Sean Walker, who will come back and regroup. Former Colorado Avalanche and Philadelphia Flyer before signing a contract in Carolina. John Gibson off the boards then for Edvinsson. Edvinsson will clear all the way back into the Carolina zone. And that'll be a nice thing against the Red Wings. Again, Carolina looking like by far the better team here. But, oh, the Tigers are in the building tonight. Some of the boys from the Detroit Tigers are here in the building. Cool stuff there. Face off here now in the Red Wing zone. Won by the Hurricanes. Slavin. Clear down low now with the Svechnikov. Andrei Svechnikov. Banks it up to the point. Chatfield fires it. Blocked. Stolen back then by the Wings to center. Svechnikov trying to battle for that puck down low now with Raymond. Off the boards then for Slavin. Slavin will clear to center. 4-on-2 the other way. Aho off his skate. Stolen back then by Raymond. And they tried to bank that one out to center. Aho keeps it in. Sebastian Aho dumps it down low now. Seider back for JVR. Last minute of play in the second period. Raymond will hit that one with his hand off the boards. Takes it back now with his stick. And banks it out to center. Comfer will dump that one into the Carolina zone. Now Slavin will clear all the way down the other way. Now Stankoven poke checked away. Red Wings trying to get it back. Here they come the other way. Rasmussen into the zone. Takes it wide now behind the net. Rasmussen battling for that puck. Back to Blake. Blake cleared to center. Hurricanes will bank that one ahead back into the Detroit zone. 25 seconds to go. Sherratt cleared off the boards and back out to center. Racing for it then is Mason Appleton, who will battle for that puck. Cleared around the boards now. And on the right side is Rasmussen. 10 seconds left. Hall played back then to Stankoven. Stankoven through to center. Stolen back then by Detroit. 3 seconds, 2-1. And a whistle is blown here anyway for puck going out of play with 2 seconds to go.
Visit DetroitRedWings.com now/PregRedWings.com/tickets. And a reminder for tonight's programming: Red Wings Live postgame with the one and only appearance, literally and figuratively, of John Keating, along with Mickey and Ozzy, so you'll want to stay for that. And if you weren't able to be with us live,
Face off here in the Red Wings zone with 2 seconds to go.
Red Wings history, there will be a 1-hour premiere show tonight that will follow Red Wings Live. So set your DVR if you won't be awake at that.
And face off is won by Detroit. Last seconds will tick down. And that will do it for the middle frame. 2 goals from Detroit in that second period. Alex DeBrincat and Albert Johansson get the Red Wings up by 3 goals here heading into period number 3 in just a little bit. But that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. And we will be back for the start of the third period momentarily. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new, of course. All right. Get some stuff done here quick. Got to make a Watch with Nordic clip. All right. I'll be right back, guys. Gonna go use the bathroom real quick. I shall return.
Kicked off with the retirement of Fedorov's previous speeches were great. Sergei Fedorov, you speak of who's next, you think of guys like that. Sergei Fedorov, more than deserving, outstanding player, winning cups with his team, a dynamic player, probably arguably one of the best players for a couple of years in the National Hockey League. Sergei Fedorov just really, it looked like to me, I said earlier in the show, to me this was a nice closure for Sergei Fedorov here in Detroit. Sure he'll be back again, but a great night overall. All right, if you missed any of it, here's just a little bit of a look back now. Tonight, we celebrate number 91, Sergei Fedorov. We gather to witness one of the greatest individual honors this organization bestowed, raising Sergei Fedorov's iconic number 91 to the rafters, signing him among the greatest players to ever wear the winged wheel. Please welcome back number 91, Sergei Fedorov.
All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Frederick Anderson and Albert Johansson, his first goal of the season. Ugh. Okay. So 15 and a half minutes to go till the third period. So you give us some time and we shall get there. All right.
skater, quick skater, had the hands, had the ability to play anywhere on the ice, made players better around him. Was really he was the total package.
Okay.
He was that are very strong. His legs. He was strong to get off the puck as well. He could beat you one-on-one. He could beat you in so many different ways. And he could defend. And back then, John, not a lot of guys could play that 200-foot game, let alone play defense and forward. He did both of those. But his ability, he had the shot as well, the quick snapshot, the deception. This is one of the most complete players to ever play in the National Hockey League. And the honor of his jersey going to the Raptors of Chelsea was much deserved.
He is the reason that you became the goalie that you became.
Because he shot on me in practice, or because you interviewed me after every practice.
I look back
That
at
kind of
Sergei
no,
Pepper.
the next day.
Here I am, field trip chaperone.
Before helping prevent migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans.
And look at me now.
You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces its risk.
All right. There you go. Now we just wait for the start of the third. Thank you all for tuning in. Any questions you guys may have, leave them in the comments down below. And we can talk about anything you guys want to. Oh.
Experience the wonder of happy Honda days while you can. Visit your local Honda dealer. Shop online today.
Uh-oh, Braden Point is injured. That's not good. For Tampa Bay, Braden Point is hurt. Hopefully he's okay. That's got to suck. Not great news there for Tampa Bay, that's for sure. Want to talk about the concrete? I don't know anything about that, bro. It's probably a real thing, but I don't know anything about it. I don't live directly in Philly. I live like a half hour from Philly. Probably an hour with traffic. All right. Oh my gosh. I've seen these same ads like 45 times. Low-key getting tired of seeing the same girl in Carvana. Please. Show me a different girl. No, I can't. I can't imagine that. All right, about 7 minutes till the start of the third. Shots are 19-13. Overall stats, face-off percentage in favor of Carolina. Hits are in favor of the Canes. Block shots in favor of Detroit. And Carolina's obviously been the better team here so far. Not a lot of shots overall. But regardless of that, Red Wings have a 3-0 lead.
That time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on an electrifying new Honda. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days today.
Oh, I forgot that game was going on. What's the score? I forgot there was another game on tonight.
He saved over $900 by switching.
You're not Emmett Smith, but we'll treat you. It feels good to get the star treatment. It feels good to guide.
7-3 Texans in the second. Huh.
Continue to celebrate 100 years of Hockey Town. Join us tonight for the debut of Red Wings at the Fox, a special 60-minute show from the Fox Theater here in downtown Detroit with over 25 Red Wing alumni and former coaches telling their favorite stories from their time as Red Wings. Tune in tonight after Red Wings live postgame and more upcoming dates here on FanDuel Sports Network. 3-0 Wings over Carolina after 2.
Emmett Smith is a legendary football and dancing star, but he also has Geico like a regular person. So we had one translate. The whole routine was instated.
His last insurance company wasn't doing it for him.
So, this box had him try.
He switched to Geico.
Like 5, 6, 7, 8, $900.
He saved over $900 by switching.
You're not Emmett Smith, but we'll treat you like it. It feels good to get the star treatment. It feels good to Geico.
7-3. Good.
How about an SUV? Want to get out of here? Yes, Shiba. Okay, let's move on. Where those trucks? We're right here. Whatever it is.
All right, not that far away from the start of the third, folks. Definitely going to be overlapping a little bit with my second game of the night, Avalanche Maple Leafs, which is later on. So stay tuned for that one later tonight. But I appreciate all the support from you guys in this one. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. It'd be greatly appreciated. Like the stream as well. It'll bring more people in here.
You probably know these TV moves. But guess what? There's another TV. Tardive dyskinesia. It causes uncontrollable movements, finger tapping, mouth
broken tongue movements. Ankle rolling. Tardive dyskinesia is caused by certain prescription mental health medications. It's true. So, talk to your doctor and visit theothertd.com to learn about TD and treatment options that can help.
All right, still cleaning off the ice. But we're almost there, folks. We're almost ready. Red Wings score free goals. Free curly fries at Orbeez. Nice. At Arby's. All right, 3-0 Detroit lead. Here, heading into period number 3 in just a moment. What's going on with the Canes tonight? They're not playing bad. They have Frederik Andersen in net, who has not been good this season. I think that's been a part of this, for sure. But there's a couple factors in why they've struggled, for sure. So, yeah. I would assume, unless if things get out of hand here, they will pull if they're down by this amount. Unless if the Red Wings keep on going with the pressure, but we'll see. All right. Almost there, guys. Sorry. Commercials suck, don't they? We'll be live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. So 6 commentaries here. Next week might be the same. Except we might have 5 commentaries next week instead of 6. Just depends on MLK Day. I believe the Royals play earlier in the day, but there will be a stream later on. So stay tuned for that. It'll be Devils Flames, most likely. Talking to Stevie Y. All right, let's get ready for the start of the third period here between the Detroit Red Wings and the Carolina Hurricanes. Here from Little Caesars Arena. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Alex DeBrincat and Albert Johansson as the puck is dropped for period number 3. And we are underway. Here come the Red Wings now the other way into the zone. James Van Riemsdyk battling for it now with Walker. Down low here in the corner. Hurricanes trying to throw a pass to center. They will do so successfully. Racing for it now with speed as Jarvis into the zone. But it's blown dead for an icing. Am I doing a Jets game soon? I know I need to do the Jets soon. I think it is on my schedule to do them. It may not be till next week, though. Yeah, they're on my schedule for next week. I know. I definitely need to do more of the Jets. I haven't done the Jets since November, so I gotta do the I gotta get the Jets in for a stream. I also haven't done the Calgary Flames since October, so I want to get them in for a stream, and that's gonna be on Monday, I believe. Banked off the boards here now on the right side. Sherratt will dump that one now down low. Off the boards now on the right side, Van Riemsdyk. Cleared around now behind the net, thrown back up to the point. Marnook trying to keep that one in the zone, trying to commentate this with like half a screen on me, half a screen on Stevie Y. Here comes Lucas Raymond, who dumps that one into the Carolina zone. Miller battling for it with Raymond. Raymond gets it back, trying to drop that one down low. And intercepted then by Ehlers. Ehlers will clear to center. Mo Seider back to Larkin. Larkin to Seider. Shoots it off of Anderson and back to the right side. Now Aho. Aho off the boards then for Dylan Larkin. Larkin will clear that one in then on Anderson, who plays that one all the way back down the other way. Aho back through center. Ehlers a shot deflected off of Gibson and out of play. 2014 are the shots in favor of Carolina here in period number 3. We're doing Avalanche Maple Leafs later on tonight, so stay tuned for that stream here as well. And that will be the second of 2 tonight. Steelers about to score. Nice. Face off here now in the Red Wings zone, won by the Canes. Svechnikov at the point, fires it, deflected into the corner. Alex DeBrincat picks up the puck, will clear out to center. Hurricanes get it back. Slavin off the boards, bank back in then for the Red Wings. Now Edvinsson will take it back for Detroit as the Red Wings regroup. DeBrincat breaks it through center. DeBrincat to Kane, broken off then by Slavin. Here come Carolina the other way. Ehlers into the zone, wraparound pass. Aho back over a shot, saved by Gibson, who keeps it out, even with the quick Carolina movement. What a play. John Gibson looking phenomenal here tonight for the Detroit Red Wings. Jesus. Face off here now in the Detroit zone, won by the Hurricanes. At the point into the zone, a backhand there by Gostisbehere goes wide. Banked off the boards then for Hall. Back to Jackson Blake behind the net. Blake clears it down low now to the corner. Rasmussen battling for it. Stankoven banks it off the boards now down low to the corner. Cleared around behind the net. Stankoven gets it back. Feeds it up top. Kept in then by the Hurricanes. Blake on the right side. Hurricanes trying to move that puck. Taylor Hall jabbing at that puck. Stolen back then by Soderblom. Whistle is blown here for a penalty. And Red Wings are going to go to the kill. Carolina will get their third power play of the night. It is on Albert Johansson, who will head to the box. So there you go. Power play coming up here for Carolina, and it's going to be a huge power play of that. They need to get themselves back here into this game because they have been out. They have not been able to find a way to get a puck past John Gibson. Maybe they can get that here in their third power play of the night. It'll be Jordan Stahl versus Dylan Larkin. Larkin on the PK, power play, you name it. Face off Won by Detroit. Larkin will clear it off the boards all the way back into the Carolina zone. Shane Gostisbehere will bring that one here through the neutral zone. Gostisbehere drops it back. Aho to Ehlers. Ehlers to the right side now, banked off the board, stolen back then by the Red Wings. Here's Larkin now. Dylan Larkin through center. Larkin to Rasmussen. Rasmussen dekes around, intercepted then by the Canes. Shane Gostisbehere drops it back. Sebastian Aho through the zone now to Jarvis. Jarvis knocked off the board. Sider then for Aho. Svechnikov will feed that one up to the point. Kept in then by the Canes. Ehlers waits. Down low here, banked around the right side and kept in the zone by Carolina. Svechnikov off the boards to Ehlers. Ehlers at the point now to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere waits. Ehlers to Gostisbehere. Down low now to Aho. Aho to Blake. Ehlers. Down low, Blake. Can't move the puck. Jarvis off the boards then for Ehlers. Ehlers to Aho. Aho to Gostisbehere. Shot save. Rebound in front. And Gibson keeps it out. Incredible. John Gibson. Second star of the week, and he's been the first star here tonight. With a perfect game so far. Absolutely incredible from the Red Wings goaltender. What a game that John Gibson has had here tonight. He's had to make some pretty big saves, and he's made them here. Face-off now in the Detroit zone, won by the Red Wings, who will clear out to center. Jackson Blake now in the Carolina zone. Blake gives it back then for Stankoven. Logan Stankoven drops it back. Ehlers to Blake. Blake down the right side, drops it up to the point then for Nikishin. Nikishin down low. Blake waits, fires it. He scores! Jackson Blake on the power play. And Carolina breaks the shutout. It's 3-1. Third time's a charm. And Jackson Blake tucks the puck through the 5-hole. It may have been tipped in front. We'll see. No, it was not. And Jackson Blake, one of my favorite Watch with Nordic players to watch. And it's 3-1. Jackson Blake, one of my favorite Watch with Nordic players last season. One of my favorite guys to watch on Carolina. Gets Detroit on the board here. It's a 3-1 hockey game. Banked off the boards now all the way back into the Carolina zone. DeBrincat battling for now with Chatfield. Kopp trying to clear that one off the board. Stolen back then by the Hurricanes. And here they come the other way. Chatfield through center. Will backhand that one down low. Edvinsson fighting for it then with the Asperi Kotkaniemi. Banked back around then down low into the corner. Edvinsson will bank that one all the way back into the Carolina zone. Slavin steals it back. It's Jackson Blake from Taylor Hall and Alexander Nikishin. And the Hurricanes are on the board. Jacob Slavin will dump that one here into the zone. Now Ben Sherratt on the right side will try and backhand that one off. Kept in then by the Hurricanes. Stahl will dump that one down low. Jordan Martinook battling for it off the boards. Then Van Riemsdyk. Miller fires it, blocked in front. And Raymond will clear out to center. Here's Stahl then back to K-Andre Miller. Miller to Walker. Walker will dump that one here into the zone. Axel Sandin Pellikka battling for it in front. And here come the Red Wings the other way. Bank back out to center. And Carolina steals it right back. They've been the better team here so far. Jarvis' shot saved by Gibson. Rebounds there in front. They'll jab at him, but Gibson keeps that puck under his glove. And some more pushing and shoving ensues. And we'll head to commercial break here. 13 and a half minutes to go. John Gibson, despite allowing a goal, has been phenomenal here tonight. It's 3-1 Red Wings. All right, I'm going to go run to the bathroom real quick. Again, I will be right back, guys. Sorry, I'm drinking a lot of water.
It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico. Coming to the stage this Friday, it's Ned's first team karaoke night. But he's wondering, what if my flaky red plaque psoriasis takes center stage? Next up, we have Ned. What if Ned knew he could treat differently?
Otezla is a pill that treats plaque psoriasis even in hard-to-treat areas.
All right, I have returned. You got this, Canes. We'll see if the Canes can pull it off. Jackson Blake, his 14th goal of the season, assisted by Taylor Hall and Alexander Nikishin. It is Jackson Blake's 5th goal in a commentary stream. That guy loves to score when we live stream him, that's for sure. Most combined goals for U.S.-born teammates in NHL history. Keller and DeBrincat, or Kane and DeBrincat, are tied with Keller and Schmaltz for the most. That's kind of impressive that Utah's in there. But what a game here from Alex DeBrincat. 2 points tonight. Has played awesome here. Patrick Kane also an assist as well on the Albert Johansson goal. And 2 U.S.-born players keep on connecting here. Face-off coming in the Red Wing zone. Face-off won by the Hurricanes. Miller banks it into the corner. Cleared off the boards all the way back into the Carolina zone. Miller battling for it down with Soderblom. Elmer Soderblom now down low. Poke checked away then by Blake. Rasmussen off the boards to Soderblom. Red Wings finally getting some pressure here, and they will get a power play out of this. Penalty here to Carolina. Keandre Miller is going to go to the box with 13:13 remaining. And the Red Wings will get an opportunity to regain their 3-goal lead here with the power play. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Face-off won by the Red Wings here on the power play. DeBrincat played back to Larkin. Larkin at the point then. DeBrincat tries to steal it back. Sider down low for Raymond. Poke checked away. Van Riemsdyk cleared. Or no, not cleared by the Canes. I thought they got it out. Larkin battling for the puck then for Marnook. Marnook on the right side. Larkin steals it back. Pass in front to DeBrincat. DeBrincat looks and shoots it high and wide. Larkin cleared all the way back up to the point. And Detroit will regroup in their own end. 12 and a half minutes to go in the third. Lucas Raymond takes it through center. Raymond into the zone. Pass back to Larkin. Larkin circles around. Raymond fighting for it now with DeBrincat. Cleared back out to center. Lucas Raymond gives it back then for Larkin. Larkin through the zone, drops it back, intercepted then by the Canes. Here they come shorthanded. Aho into the zone to Jarvis. He scores! Seth Jarvis, shorthanded goal. And don't look now. The Canes are within one. Good play there by Aho off of the Alex DeBrincat turnover. And Seth Jarvis puts another one past the likes of John Gibson, his 21st goal of the year, assisted by Sebastian Aho. And the Red Wings now only with a 1-goal lead here in the third period. Power play still going on here for Detroit for another 50 seconds, but a shorthanded goal by Seth Jarvis makes it a 3-2 hockey game. Suddenly things got a lot more intense. Please no overtime. Please no overtime. I'm already literally right against my other stream. Here come the Red Wings into the zone. ASP will dump that one down low. Kane feeds it up to the point. Sandin Pellikka shoots it. Save. Rebounds in front. And Kopp cannot tuck that one through. Hurricanes will clear all the way down the other way. Shots are 27-15. Edvinsson drops it back for Patrick Kane. That will do it for the power play. Obviously not a very ideal power play, but I guess you take what you can get. Edvinsson will drop it back then for Sandin Pellikka. Simone Edvinsson now will hold it here in the Detroit zone. Approaching the halfway mark of the third period. Red Wings, they were up 3-0 to start. Now they only lead by 1. Rasmussen clears it down low. Nikishin battling for it now in the corner. Rasmussen banks it down low now for Appleton. Appleton tried to feed that one up to the point. Intercepted then by the Canes. Jarvis was like, what up, Shotty? Nice little backdoor shot. Soderblom down low in the corner, then battling for it. Pass in front. Poke checked away. Kept in the zone. Sherrata shot is blocked. Now backhanded down low behind the net. Soderblom to Rasmussen. Aho. Robinson then the Kotkaniemi. Not Aho, sorry, Robinson. Saw the 0 and immediately thought of Aho. Now we are officially at the halfway mark of the third period. Shots are 27-15. Here come the Red Wings. Into the zone. Shot goes wide of Gibson. Back up to the point. Chatfield. Right side then for Aho. Aho drops it back. A shot blocked by Detroit. Here's Lucas Raymond. 1-0 into the zone. We'll try and chip that one past Slavin. He actually keeps the puck. And it's intercepted, though, by the Canes. Chatfield. Pass then to Ehlers. Ehlers breaks into the zone, looks for options. Ehlers down low. Svechnikov at the point. Slavin can't keep that one in the zone. It'll slide back out to center. Slavin to Jackson Blake. Blake through the neutral zone. Will dump that one down low. Now Edvinsson battling for it. Banked off the boards. And now down low in the corner, Sherratt will try and flick that one up. Now Taylor Hall, a shot. Rebound in front. Saved by Gibson. He got that with his left pad. Puck is cleared down the other way for an icing. And the Hurricanes are absolutely hemming the Red Wings here in their own zone, getting plenty of opportunities. I don't know, folks. There is a chance we see the Red Wings, or we see the Hurricanes make a comeback here. We shall see. Face-off here won by the Canes. A shot goes off the boards and tipped all the way down the other way then by Detroit. Another icing. Now 8:40 remaining in the third. Face-off here in the Red Wings zone, won by the Canes. Walker at the point, fires it, tipped in front. Played back then for Casper, who flicks that one in the air. And I thought for a second that was going out of play, but no, it stayed in. Hurricanes have the puck. Breaking into the zone now is Jarvis on the right side. Cleared around now behind the net. Thrown up to the point. Banked off the boards. Back then down low. Now Jordan Stahl here behind the net. Stahl feeds it up to the point. Shot goes wide. Kept in the zone then. Jarvis to the right side. And cross-check there in the corner. Sherratt to Finney. Off the boards then. Casper will break it out to center. Canes are still pressuring. Into the zone. Marnook to Jarvis in front. Save by Gibson. Rebounds there. Jordan Stahl nearly tied the game. And the puck is cleared all the way back down the other way for another icing against Detroit. And Seth Jarvis, a pass in front to Stahl. The net was open, but Gibson reaches out with his pad and makes the stop. He's been phenomenal here tonight. And he keeps this game at bay for Detroit. Face off here now in the Red Wing zone. Johansson will break this one through center. Kane will flick that one down low. Johansson stolen back. Rebound in front to Brinkett. Jabbing at it on Anderson. Could not get it past. .7:28 left to go in the third. Detroit, 1-goal lead. Shots are 29-16 in favor of Carolina. Jordan has to be 50 years old. What's up, RB Jack? I haven't seen you in forever. What's up, bro? If you're the guy that I'm thinking of. You may not be the guy that I'm thinking of. Anyway, Jordan Stahl, probably. He's getting up there in age for sure. All right. 3-2 Detroit. And the stream just crossed over the 2,000 view mark for tonight. Thank you all so much. Nice little start to the week. Yeah, what's up, Jack? How you been, man? Haven't seen you in forever. So, great start to the week. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Let's go, Red Wings. Love to hear that. All right, 7.5 minutes to go in the third period. Red Wings with a 1-goal lead on Sergei Fedorov retirement night, and they're looking to hold on here and get the win for their former player, and a legendary player at that. Face-off coming here in the Detroit zone. Or no, Carolina zone, sorry. Played back out the center. Jarvis will flick that one into the Red Wing zone. Jarvis down low now below the goal line. Jarvis to the point to Sherratt. Sherratt shoots it, goes wide. Stahl was there for the rebound, cleared out to center, stolen back to Mike Haynes. Jarvis a shot, save, rebounds in front. And dish back to the right side. Stahl battling for it then with Kane. Kane will flick out to center. And now Jarvis dumps it back down low. Sherratt tried to clear that one off the boards. He'll do so successfully. Time winding down. Here's Jalen Chatfield. In the Carolina end. Slavin will bring it through center. Cleared all the way into the Red Wing zone. Now Gibson out of his net to play the puck. Will try and backhand that one around to Raymond. Raymond back to Svechnikov. Svechnikov to center. Comfer steals it back. Tried to clear that one away. Now Gostisbehere will bring that one into the zone. Gostisbehere to Ehlers. Tipped away by Edvinsson. And out of play. We are approaching crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. For those who don't know what crunch time is, it's what I like to call the final 5 minutes. When it's a close hockey game, I like to call it crunch time. Probably not the first person to call it that, though. Face-off here in the Red Wing zone. 6:13 left in the third. Carolina was down 3-0 in this game. They've come back. They made it a 1-goal game. Now we'll see if they can tie. Face-off, won by Detroit. Edvinsson banks it off the boards around the right side. Puck goes out of play, I guess. So this stream will likely overlap with our next one a little bit. We'll see how long it will. Face-off here now, won by the Canes. Stolen back then by the Red Wings. Appleton will clear out to center. Rasmussen battling for it then with Nikishin. Kept in the zone then by the Canes. Gostisbehere off the boards to Aho. Stolen back then by Detroit. Rasmussen will chip that one here into the Red Wing zone. Or here into the Hurricane zone, sorry. Canes will get it back. Here they come the other way. Ehlers into the zone. Banked around to the right side. Fed back up to the point. Cleared now down low in the corner. Ehlers battling for it now. Aho picks it up then. Soderblom trying to bank that one off the boards. Elmer Soderblom will clear out to center. Carolina regroups. Aho to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere poke checked away. Red Wings will dump that one all the way back into the Carolina zone. Nikishin will hold it here for Detroit, or for Carolina. Walker dumps it down low, and we are officially in crunch time, folks. Final 5 minutes to play in the third. Red Wings will break it into the Carolina zone. Miller off the boards now. It's Nikishin trying to clear that one away. Blake plays it ahead. Here come the Canes into the zone. Here Stankoven moves in. Fans on the shot. Raymond takes it back. Whistle is blown. And I think we got a penalty coming here. It's against Detroit, if I see correctly. What? What are we calling? What are we calling? Okay, it's on Raymond. I thought they said it was on Sider. I was like, what? All right, 4:42 left to go in the third period. We'll go to commercial break probably one last time. It's 3-2 Detroit. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. It would mean a lot to me. So Carolina power play coming up here with less than 5 minutes to go. We will be live following the conclusion of this game for Avalanche and Maple Leafs. Hopefully we don't miss any of that game. We need more likes than shots. Damn right. We have more likes than shots. That's kind of nuts. actually. These teams will play one more time in Carolina on February 28th. So they will play again after the Olympic break in late February. And now we look ahead to Carolina, who is heading to the power play here with less than 5 minutes to go. Face-off will come in the Detroit zone. This is a massive opportunity for the Hurricanes to get themselves here into this one. Face-off here now, won by the Canes. Jarvis to the point to Gostisbehere. Whistle is blown as Larkin was knocked down to the ground. This could be a penalty. He was hurt off the draw. We'll see what the call, we'll see what the play was. Ooh. Yeah, hopefully Larkin's okay. Just took a stick to the face or something after that play, and that didn't look pretty. Doesn't look like there's a penalty coming out of that. So Carolina will stay on the power play. Face-off is won by the Canes. Gostisbehere at the point. Aho down low. Aho to Gostisbehere. A shot goes wide. Down low in the corner, JBD battling for that puck. Banked off the boards, then now on the right side, cleared up to the point. Svechnikov. Back over then for Aho. Cleared down low into the zone. Sherratt. And a whistle is blown dead here as a Hurricane is down on the ice. Another arm gets raised, and we might see a 5-on-3 coming here as Jarvis took a stick to the face. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Yeah, Sherratt got him there with a high stick. Oh, brother. Oh, boy. Okay. 5-on-3 for Carolina with 4:12 left to go. Things just got really, really interesting here, guys. Wow. 5-on-3 for Carolina. Red Wings were up 3-0 heading into the third. Carolina scored 2 goals to make it a 3-2 hockey game. And now they have a minute and a half of 5-on-3 time and a chance to tie the game. Here's Ehlers' shot, goes wide of Gibson. Fed back up to the point. Gostisbehere will move the puck. Over to Ehlers' shot, saved by Gibson. John Gibson. What a stop. Holy. Oh, my Lord. On that second opportunity from Ehlers, Gibson. It looked scary, but Gibson, who has played phenomenal here tonight, keeps that puck out. Face-off. Won by the Canes. Gostisbehere keeps it in the zone. Aho to Gostisbehere. A shot. Goes high and wide. Banked off the boards then by Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers. Back to Aho. Aho to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere intercepted. They clear the other way. Loud cheers here from the crowd. Detroit. 50 seconds remaining on the first penalty. Carolina dumps it into the zone. Aho at the point. Feeds it down low. Ehlers to Gostisbehere to Aho. Shoots it. And it goes wide. Ehlers trying to get it back. Stolen back by the Red Wings. Cleared out to center. Gostisbehere looks for options. Gostisbehere now at the point. Fires it. They score! Shane Gostisbehere from down 3-0. We're tied. They were trailing 3-0 heading into this third period. And the comeback Canes have done it again. Shane Gostisbehere, a power play goal on a 5-on-3 on the blocker side. 3:01 left to go. We are tied here in Detroit. Unbelievable. Carolina gets it back. Nikishin will drop that one now. Here they come through center. Stankoven will clear it into the zone. Rasmussen battling for that puck now with JBD. Down low here in the corner. These are two of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. Carolina still in the power play. Whistle is blown, and now they are no longer, as Taylor Hall takes a penalty here. And it'll be 4-on-4 for 19 seconds. And Detroit with a chance to go on the power play here next. Holy crap, what a game. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. This has been phenomenal. 4-on-4 for 2.5 minutes, followed by a Red Wings power play. Oh, brother. Shots are 33-16. Sebastian Aho with 2 assists tonight. Face-off here in the Carolina zone. 4-on-4 briefly, followed by a power play. Face-off is won by the Red Wings. They can't keep it in the zone. Wait, it's 4-on-3? Since when? What? Okay, Patrick Kane with the puck in the zone now to Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Kane. Through center now, Kopp. No, it's not. It's 5-on-4. What, the Red Wings scorebug's bugging. Raymond. At the point, Deke's in the zone. Pass over then for Larkin. A shot goes wide of Anderson. Raymond in the corner. Back to Larkin. Larkin to Sider. Over to Brinkett. Saved by Anderson. Caught it with the glove. So we're going to miss a brief moment of Avalanche versus Maple Leafs, just so everybody knows. It's annoying that we're running late, and that game will not wait for us, that's for sure. Hope for a late goal here, otherwise we could be going a little bit longer. Face-off here in the Carolina zone. 1:19 of power play time here for Detroit. 1:48 left to go. Walked away for a while and we're down 3-0. Yeah, man, the Canes came back. Face-off here in the Carolina zone. Won by the Red Wings. At the point to Brinkett. To Brinkett to Sider. Back to Larkin. Larkin will feed it down low. Pass in front. They couldn't get it through. Chatfield steals and clears down the other way. Gibson gives it back then for Sider. Sider to Dylan Larkin. Larkin to Raymond. Raymond into the zone. Pass to Brinkett. Shoots it wide. Raymond gets it back. Drops it down low. Larkin waits. Shoots it. Blocked. Rebounds there. And jab down low. Van Riemsdyk to the point to Brinkett. Approaching the final minute of play in the third period. Kept in the zone by Detroit. 30 seconds of power play time. Stolen back by the Canes. Here they come the other way. Chatfield into the zone. Back. Marnook a shot. Saved by Gibson. Shots are 34-18. 19 seconds more of power play time for Detroit. Good shorthanded chance there by Carolina. This game has been absolutely incredible. What a game for a regular season contest. Holy crap. 48 seconds to go in regulation. There's a very good chance we will see extra time. Face off in the Red Wing zone is won by the Canes, and it's blown dead. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below. Like the stream if you're new. We do these commentary streams every single week. They're going to reset the clock here a little bit. Taking a lot of time to get through this. So I presume I'm going to miss some of Maple Leafs Avalanche. Unless if there's some celebration night going on over there, I'm likely going to miss a bit of it. Which is a little bit frustrating, but guess it is what it is. Keep an eye on it. Hopefully I don't miss any goals. If I come in late, it's fine. As long as I don't miss any goals, I'm okay with that. Face off here in the Detroit zone. Need to do more Red Wings games. I know, man. I did them last Thursday. Face off. Here in the Detroit zone, won by the Red Wings. Edvinsson drops it back then for Kane. Kane to Finney. Playing that one ahead, banked off the boards to center. 30 seconds to go. Back to even strength. Edvinsson will look for options. Played back then to Finney. Emmett Finney through center. Tries to feed that one up to the point. Now battling for it down low. Kane in front for Kopp. Is knocked down to the ground. Hurricanes steal it back. Here they come the other way. 10 seconds to go. Stankoven into the zone. Pass back. Goes all the way back out. Now Kane, back ahead for Finney. Last chance for Detroit. Finney to Sherrod. Pass over is blocked. And we are going to overtime. I did not expect to be heading to overtime here. 3 goals from Carolina. And we will head to 3-on-3 overtime here in just a moment. Holy smokes, everybody. What a game. All right, I need to use the bathroom again really quickly before this starts. I will be right back, guys. All right, I have returned before the start of the overtime. All right. Great job, man. Really good job calling the game. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. All right. Overtime here from Little Caesars Arena. in Detroit. In terms of Watch with Nordic history, only one of these teams has an overtime goal. And it came from Sebastian Aarhus, who scored the very first ever overtime goal back on October 22nd against the Edmonton Oilers back in 2024. Detroit has never had an overtime goal. They've been to OT a couple of times, but they lost every single one. It was 3-0 Detroit in the third period. Carolina came back and has tied the game at 3. Here we go. It'll be Larkin, Raymond, and Seider versus Miller, Stahl, and Walker. Overtime here in Detroit. Face-off won by the Red Wings. Seider drops it back to Raymond. Here comes Raymond now with speed down the right side. Flicks it off the boards now down low. Raymond trying to battle forward here with Miller. Miller steals it back for Carolina. He'll loop back around down low. K'Andre Miller with control here for Carolina. Will just wait behind the zone net as both teams get a line change. Here come the Canes. Jarvis down the right side to center. Shoots it wide. Seth Jarvis stolen back then. Aho shoots it. Rebound. And poke checked away by Gibson at the last second. Here come the Red Wings the other way. It's Seider through the zone. Now cleared back down low in the corner to Brinkett. Thrown to center. And nobody is there. Puck will slide all the way down the other way. Gibson. Back to Kopp. Kopp over then for Edvinsson. Simone Edvinsson roops around to the zone. Shoots it wide. Carolina gets it back. Sebastian Aho skating with speed the other way. Will drop it back to Gostisbehere. Shoots it. And it goes off of Gibson and wide. If that even went on. DeBrincat back then for Edvinsson. Leafs and Avalanche has already started, so we'll miss a part of that. Here's JT Comfer. Back for showtime. Patrick Kane breaks it into the zone. Waits. Pass in front. Blocked. Now Jackson Blake. Here he comes the other way. Blake with Slavin. Blake moves in. Poke checked. Away by Johansson. Johansson to Kane. He can't get the pass in time. Now racing forward here into the zone. We'll flick that one around for Comfer. JT Comfer back to center. Johansson will come back here now and regroup for Detroit. Off the boards now, Larkin battling for it. Racing for it now is Raymond. Raymond battling for it now with Blake. Blake steals the puck back. Miller in the Carolina zone. 2.5 minutes to go in overtime. K'Andre Miller will wait for his team to change. Taylor Hall will break this one through center. Here's Ehlers. Loops back around, does not like his options. Nikolai Ehlers behind the Carolina net. Drops it back then for Miller. Miller over then for Hall, who fumbles, but the Hurricanes are there to get that puck right back. Ehlers will duke that one off the boards then for Hall. Hall to Ehlers. Ehlers into the zone. Waits. Feeds it up to the point. Gostisbehere comes in. Shoots it. And it's blocked. Red Wings get it back to Brinkett. Played forward then for Kopp. Andrew Kopp down low. Sends it all the way around. Back for DeBrincat. DeBrincat moves in. Dijkstra up. Pass in front. They score! Andrew Kopp. Red Wings win. Andrew Kopp. Overtime winner. Carolina's not leaving the bench. I think they might challenge this. We'll see what the call is. Oh.
No penalty call on a cross-check to, oh my, no wonder they're, I won't even use the word I'm thinking. There probably could have been a penalty call for sure.
Oh, yeah, Copp just knocked down Gostisbehere. And that's why Carolina was upset. Andrew Copp, 4-3 overtime winner here in Detroit. And there you go. Andrew Copp for DeBrincat moves in. Dijkstra has in front. They score! For Copp. Andrew Copp down low. All right. That'll do it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I got to end the stream here. I got to get ready for Toronto and Colorado, which is going on right now. Hopefully I won't miss anything before I swap over. That'll do it for me, though. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning into the stream. I greatly appreciate it. One of our best streams in a long time. And we'll be live for Maple Leafs and Avalanche here in just a moment. Thank you all for tuning in. And I will see you guys in the next stream.